This is my prized possession. What's up, all things go? I'm Delwater Gap, and these are my tour necessities. So this is my VHS-C camcorder. When we started touring a couple years ago, I took it upon myself to record tour myself. I got this camcorder on eBay about 5 years ago. It's cool. It basically has like a mini VHS tape in it. The screen flips around so you can do a little vlog. What's up, YouTube? Meta. Okay, this is a book by my favorite poet, Jim Harrison. I found Jim Harrison through a friend of mine, my friend Charlie. We went to a bookstore and Charlie got this for me from Elk River Books. Shout out. It's a really special book. I've read it, hundreds of times. I've bookmarked all my favorites here. I like the way it's laid out because there's a short poem on the left side and a long poem on the right side. I find reading on tour really hard, sitting and focusing. So short poems feel very unintimidating. This is one of the last books that he wrote. So he was very old and he was dying. And a lot of the book is about reflecting on his life and on mortality, and about spending time in nature. I find that when I'm on tour for too long, I can get really existential and thinking about my own mortality. So it's nice to have a friend in that. All right, my next item is my Sopranos bootleg. This was made by my friend Joel. He has a company called Honey TV. I just love this shirt. It makes me so happy. Sopranos is my comfort blanket TV show, which might seem counterintuitive because there's so much murdering in it. AJ, I feel, is such an anti-hero. He is this sort of really emotional black sheep, who grows up with this very hyper-masculine, violent father. And I think he's a real symbol for a lot of the struggles of boys, growing up a boy. So I always like this shirt because it sort of shows all sides of AJ. It shows Slipknot AJ. It shows AJ smoking a cigarette, trying to be hard. He kind of has a bad boy phase in the show. And then down here, this is my favorite. It's AJ with Tony's hand on his shoulder. And there's a nice moment there of fatherly love and support. I love a bootleg. So if anyone wants to send me a bootleg t-shirt, I would gladly take one. I have a great blonde bootleg. I have a good Robert Pattinson bootleg. So I love bootlegs. I just said bootleg 9 times. This is my prized possession. His name is Horse with Bowl Cut. So Horse with Bowl Cut has quite the origin story. I was in New York with my friend Charlie Berg. He's a very talented illustrator, so he was looking around the coffee shop and drawing people and showing it to me. And he asked me if I drew, and I said, yes, of course I draw. So I took a napkin and a pen and I drew this, which, as you can see, is a horse with a bowl cut and a human smile. We have a bit of a community around Horse with Bowl Cut. I have a fan club on Instagram. And the day that my album came out, my label gave me this beautiful neon Horse with Bowl Cut. He's been touring with us for 2 years, and he has some injuries. He's a little broken in the tail, but he's holding it up. When Horse with Bowl Cut smiles, the world smiles with him. My least favorite thing about Horse with Bowl Cut is probably his smile. It's on the gallop. Okay, this is my Yashica T4. I bought this camera in an estate sale a few years ago. The guy that sold it to me told me it was his father's, and his father loved taking photos at concerts. I always felt like it had some power in it. I love buying things in estate sales. They hold someone's history, and then you can go on and continue that history by loving the item. Yashica makes amazing plastic cameras. It has an awesome lens on it. This guy, Carl Zeiss. I love it because it's so small, so it's always in my pocket. And I like to take sneaky photos of people. Just do a little, when you're not looking. On tour, I'm always on my phone, and I'm always looking at photos of myself, and it's really nice to have something that demands a little bit of patience. When I have a camera in my pocket, I tend to notice things that I want to take photos of more. And I tend to notice that my friends are beautiful, and I tend to notice light and buildings and architecture. My favorite thing that I ever got in an estate sale was I found a lithograph by Matisse. It's been really cool because I have this little apartment in LA and I have a Matisse on the wall, which is pretty funny. It's just a lithograph. It's just a lithograph, but I love it a lot. And I'm so excited to one day have a very adult house to put my Matisse in. I just finished my second album about 2 weeks ago. So if you have any album name ideas, let me know. It's gonna be coming out this summer. I'm gonna be doing a lot more touring. So come see me. And don't forget to call your grandma.